Hey there, and thanks so much for stopping by. Lots of download goodness to get to today, so let's get to it. Well, Wednesday it was India, and if it's Thursday, it must be Pakistan. Specifically, for U.S. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice, traveling from Delhi to Islamabad, Ms. Rice working to calm rising tensions between the two South Asian rivals. Well, goodwill on display in her meetings between her and Pakistani Prime Minister Yusuf Gilani here. And the handshakes coming with a little arm twisting, however, as Ms. Rice doing her best to make sure that Pakistan cooperates in the ongoing investigations into who was behind the Mumbai attacks. And so far, she says she's satisfied.
There is a lot of information about what happened here, a lot of information. And so this isn't an issue of sharing evidence. There is a lot of information, and there are many mechanisms through which to share that information.
Ms. Rice's words welcomed by Pakistani government officials, but not all Pakistanis. Protesters gathering here in Islamabad and elsewhere in Pakistan to register their displeasure with what they see as a U.S. willingness to blame Pakistan for the attacks. And amid all of the talk of the Mumbai terror attacks, rather quietly here in Washington, a new report now released predicting the likelihood of more attacks somewhere at some time using weapons of mass destruction. The report authors, all experienced Washington hands, painting a stark picture.
It is more likely than not that a weapon of mass destruction will be used someplace in the world prior to the end of the year 2013.
Yipes, stripes. Well, that grim assessment further bolstered by findings that biological weapons are more likely to be used than chemical or radiological ones, and that rogue states and terror networks are growing in strength and in size. Commission members interviewing more than 260 experts in the field before reaching their findings, and also singling out Pakistan as, quote, the epicenter of many of these dangers. Clearly a report that will be keenly studied in the weeks and months to come. An unusually stern warning to the UN coming this week from the chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, and to New York City, with the UN Security Council convening to hear from ICC Chief Luis Moreno-Ocampo. His words were clear. The ICC is preparing to rule on charges of genocide and war crimes in the Darfur against Sudan's President Omar al-Bashir. And given President al-Bashir's recent threats, the UN must be prepared to respond.
Such statements inciting violence are threats against the victims and against the men and women deployed on the ground under the authority of this Council. Such threats should be seen for what they are, a confirmation of criminal intentions.
Tough words. Well, for his part, President al-Bashir has given as good as he's got, calling the ICC proceedings illegal and a threat to Sudan's security. Well, finally today, something of a cautionary tale, notably for all those so wretchedly adorable in their youth, and now just closer to wretched. Gary Coleman. This story taking us to the Berlin Zoo, and this rather grubby-looking fella. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my sad duty to inform you that this is what has become of Knut the polar bear. Remember Knut? The wee little polar bear cub that was abandoned by its mother, only to be quickly adopted by Hollywood stars and, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio, and everyone else for that matter. Well, yes, the once wicked cute bear cub and marketing phenom has now become, well, Knut cannot cute. Gone are the crowds of adoring fans, leaving one cranky, lonely polar bear. And worse yet, Berlin Zoo now seeking to sell Knut to another zoo that's interested in mating him. Now, a few Berliners are circulating a petition to keep their bear in Berlin, but Knut apparently just too expensive to stay. The download's moral lesson here: don't grow old, or it's the ice flow for you. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Oh, and Gary, we love you. Well, that is your download for now. We'll see you again tomorrow.